Well, thank you for the introduction. It's a pleasure to be back in VIS in this new building. So yeah, without further ado, I would like to bring up a quote by Pablo Picasso, who once said that inspiration exists, but it better find you working. I think that this is a great quote to start, because I'm sure that most of you have already experienced the great creative force of inspiration, and perhaps may have come here looking for it. So, yeah, I'll tell a bit about myself. But first, I just want to say that I really agree with the quote of Pablo, and I'm sure that all of you have found yourself to be in that state where you're working and you're inspired, and you just forget about food, water, and all the other distractions when you're just inspired by a vision of something that you want to create. So, when I was about 10 years old, my family had to flee the democratic utopia that is Belarus, and you can imagine that that move left me isolated and quite lonely a lot of the time. But my dad had always had a favorite saying, which says that an expert is like a tumor. They only grow in one direction. So he made sure that I didn't have too much free time, and if I was to grow up to be a tumor, that I would be a big one and grow in all directions. So, by the age of 17, I qualified to participate in Youth Olympics in judo, ranking 18th in the world, and simultaneously by that age, I'd also become an experienced saxophone player. I had mastered the craft of clay making, forging, drawing, with my house being covered in all of those works. And yeah, all of that may sound impressive now. However, you can imagine that back in the day I was quite exhausted with all the schoolwork and activities. So I'm just going to talk today about how I managed to stay happy and find the time to make new friends, and read books and keep a journal, whilst also doing well in school. And yeah, I think I stayed somehow I managed to stay sane, and here I am. Yeah. Basically, I think the most important thing is to be the creator of your own life. And in order to do that, the most important part of your day is the morning. If you wake up and the first thing that you do in the morning is you get sucked into the whirlpool of simulation that is your smartphone, then you choose to become a reactive victim to your environment, where everything that you think and feel is dictated by your environment. And the same thing happens if you wake up late to a point where you have to run and crunch your breakfast and get out into the world of school or wherever you're going. At that point, your personality no longer creates your personal reality, because the events and places where you go, the same people that you meet, all of those things create your emotions and your feelings. And thus, you have no other choice but to stay the same person who you used to be, and that's not what personal transformation is about. So, in my case, what happened is I would come home at around 9 or 8 p.m. and I would fall asleep, often even before my head reached the pillow. So that left a lot of time for me to wake up in the morning and do my morning practices. And the first morning practice is meditation, just sitting down quietly, thinking, and actually just asking yourself the most important question, like, how am I feeling today? What do I want to do today? What are some things that I'm going to do which contribute to my larger goals and aspirations? Then, after you've taken some time to meditate and collect your thoughts, and embrace the feelings that are going through your body and your mind. Another practice that you can implement in your life is writing affirmations and manifestations. It's very simple. All I used to do is I kept a journal. I would take a pen and using my power of will, I would try to manifest and start feeling the emotions of the future that I want to feel. Because in order to become abundant, you need to feel the abundance. All the feelings will guide you to where you want to be in life, and that way you'll find the shortest way of getting there. So I would write affirmations like, I am love, I am happiness, and I am joy. Or another one of my favorites is that pure strength is flowing through my veins, and I greet the occasions of the day with excitement and passion. So that way, when you leave time to actually manifest and create your reality, you get rid of the self-limiting beliefs and opinions of yourself. Because if you just live out of your memory, you'll constantly keep telling yourself that I am not worth it, I'm that way or another way. But the only person who can create your reality is yourself. And you are limitless. Your passion and your capacity for creative inspiration and change is limitless. And whether our world is changing for the best or for the worst, all we can do is just be ourselves and be the best versions of ourselves. So that's what I hope you're going to do. And yeah, carpe diem, seize the day. Thank you very much.